Radio Bielefeld. Hit Story.
Mit Stephan Schueler, guten Abend und einem Studiogast stelle ich euch gleich vor.
Something, the red is right.
It's a bit of chaos tonight. Anybody here? Are you here?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. You have to J on the potty star and speak.
Yeah, the headphones are not on. Is there?
Yeah, put the headphones away and then you can hear me because I'm here. You don't need headphones. Why do you need headphones? Good evening, Ray Dorset.
Guten Abend.
Yeah.
Stephan. Sehr, sehr schön.
Here he is. Ladies and
Zu
gentlemen.
sein hier heute Nacht.
Yeah. You know Bielefeld because you
Yeah,
live in
Bielefeld. Yeah, it's great.
You live in
Ich bin ein Bielefelder now. I've been here so many times. I feel like I'm a Bielefelder.
Yeah, so you know Bielefeld, you know the station here. You have been here before.
I know the station. Yeah, the Bahnhof.
Bahnhof, yeah.
The station. Oh, yeah, radio station.
The radio
Entschuldigung.
station. Mister. Liebe Hörer von
Radio Station.
Liebe Hörer von Radio Bielefeld, wir haben heute einen Gast. Ich habe heute einen Gast eingeladen aus aktuellem Anlass. Ray Dorset ist hier. Vielleicht nicht jedermann bekannt unter Ray Dorset, aber wenn ich Mungo Jerry sage, dann wisst ihr Bescheid. Und das Lied, was eben gerade lief, war auch Mungo Jerry, Long-Legged Woman Dressed in Black. Er geht auf Tour. Er hat eine DVD rausgebracht hier live in Bulgaria und darüber wollen wir heute Abend sprechen. Are you alright?
I'm okay, yeah.
Geht's dir gut, ja?
This is sehr good Platz. It's a good studio with the Fenster and alles. The Leute is einkaufen and a shop. Everything is so good. I'm happy to be here.
Ja. You're born in England. Du bist ein Engländer in Bournemouth, ne? Kommst du aus?
Yeah,
Kommst du aus Bournemouth?
I was born in England, yes.
Bournemouth.
But what can I say? Do I look English or do I look?
You look
From
no, you don't look.
But I look an Auslander, yeah.
Yeah,
Ich bin ein Auslander.
Du hast ja dieses Haar, das ist ja kein Engländer. Das
Ja,
ist ja,
ja.
wo kommt das
My
her?
hair is good,
Ja,
but when you have hair like mine,
ja.
you need a lot of money for the farber.
Ist das so?
Because my hair is normally the same color as yours.
Ist das so?
Yeah.
Hey, Brian May has grey hair. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not afraid to let his hair show grey, but I have to put colour on mine.
Yeah.
But it's good because I have shares in the company that makes the colour.
Ah, okay.
So I get my money back.
Ja, er hat also Probleme da mit seinem Friseur, aber er hat ja auch Geld genug. You made some money with writing hits. So, yeah. It will be okay to make the hair black or red or whatever you want. Looks good. It looks good.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'll have red hair, do you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not Ed Sheeran.
Oh,
I mean, Ed Sheeran did okay with red hair, but I don't think it would work with me.
that is true.
Maybe it'd be good to have an red afro hairstyle.
Yeah.
That'd be different, wouldn't it?
We want to talk about your career. We want to talk about your history. We want to talk about the beginnings.
Yeah.
1966, 68, 1970, about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You ask me a question and I'll say.
Yeah, I ask you some question. Yeah,
and
because I am the radio man, and you.
But Entschuldigung für mein Deutsch. I think you can speak perfect English.
What about your Deutsch?
My
You-
Deutsch is okay when it's einkaufen or essen, in Imbiss, or fahren, aber it's nichts so good for politics or.
We don't want to talk about politics.
No, okay.
Is it good enough to
It's wrong
tell your story?
It's not a good time to talk about politics, is it? What story would you like to hear?
We can talk about politics another time.
Ask me a question.
I asked you several questions till
Ask
now.
me a question. If
Till now.
Günther Jol says it's okay, you give me €1 million.
Long-legged woman dressed in black. We started with that. I think
it's
we
a good record. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
It's Uber Russian. It's good that I didn't listen to this record for a long time, and it sounds very, very good.
I think it's good. I think you have several good songs.
Sometimes, manchmal, I translate my German into English, or English.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think, I could have done it better. Yeah. And then when you don't listen to something that you recorded for a long time, and you think, hey, that was pretty good. Yeah, and there's some good players on this record.
But thinking back, you can think every time I could have made it better. Isn't that so?
See, the good thing that I always did, and that many bands did, in like Status Quo recorded in the same studio as myself, next door.
See, yep.
Okay, in the same building, was to try and perform as though we would perform on stage in the studio, to try and capture a performance and not manufacture a recording.
Yeah.
So the technology that was used in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and maybe the late 70s was a lot more honest than it is in this present time, because the technology is available for everybody. But the misuse of technology means that a lot of the music that actually comes into the marketplace has lost the feeling, because it is too perfect.
So you did it like the Beatles, standing in the studio playing the song, and if one of your guys made a fault, you start again.
Yes,
and now
but
today,
not always.
Today you have the computer.
But not always. Not, and you want to translate this, or you want to?
Yeah, our listeners are. I think die Hörer sind ganz gut drauf.
Und it's not always a good idea to stop and start again. I always thought, keep playing, because it's egal if there is a mistake. Yeah. Only in the summertime there are 3 or 4 mistakes, but when everything is together, it works. It makes the recording, it makes the sound different.
Also die haben das früher so gemacht, ja, die Beatles haben ja im Studio gestanden und haben den Song gespielt, und wenn da einer falsch gespielt hat, haben sie nochmal von vorne angefangen. Heute wird das ja alles auf einzelnen Spuren aufgezeichnet, 32 Spuren, 185 Spuren, ich weiß jetzt gar nicht wie viele, und dann kann man das am Computer alles mischen, und Ray sagt, nee, also er hat das so gemacht, und die haben einfach weitergespielt, wenn sich einer verspielt hat, weil sie dann den Groove hatten, weil sie dann das Feeling hatten für den Song. Man hat erzählt, Status Quo, die waren im selben Studio, die hatten denselben Producer von Pi Records, und Status Quo, we talked about outside the studio about the Everly Brothers, and Quo did the Everlys. You liked them. Your first record was from the Everly Brothers. We play a song from Status Quo from the Everlys. This one is Price of Love. Ray Dorset ist heute Abend im Studio von Mungo Jerry, und wir haben viel zu erzählen. Der Mann hat so viel erlebt, und er wird uns alles erzählen, und er wird live spielen. Heute eine besondere Hitstory, meine Damen und Herren, liebe Hörer von Radio Bielefeld. Wir haben Ray Dorset eingeladen. Der ist ja nicht so weit hat. Der wohnt ja hier auch ein bisschen in Stiegors ab und zu mal, wohnt dann wieder in England, hat also so ein bisschen auch Bielefelder Wurzeln. Seine Frau Britta kommt aus Bielefeld. Die Kinder kommen aus Bielefeld, soweit ich weiß. Wir haben gerade drüber gesprochen, Ray. About the beginning, you had the same producer as this band, as Quo.
No, we didn't have the same producer.
But Barry Murray worked with Pi.
We worked in the same recording studio.
The story says, es gibt eine Geschichte, die da heißt, dass dieser Producer von Pi Records, der hat eine Zeitungsanzeige aufgegeben, und da hat er reingeschrieben, Barry Murray put in the newspaper that he was looking for some sexy guys to build a band
This is not true.
To build a band like a band like the Doors.
No, that is not correct.
Not true.
No. Barry Murray and Harry Simmons. Harry Simmons was the manager of Chicken Shack.
Yeah. Stan Webb. Yeah.
And Savoy Brown.
Yeah.
That was when Christine Perfect now Christine McVie,
yeah.
was the other singer and the keyboarder for Chicken Shack. And they put an advertisement for a Doors Love type band.
Okay.
And my band was a 3-piece, guitar, bass, drums, playing psychedelic rock music and psychedelic blues. Okay. And we went to, I think it was the 100 Club. The 100 Club or studio, or the Ken Collier, or maybe the 100 Club in Oxford Street in London. And they signed us up for management and agency and turned down Fairport Convention, which is interesting. And that's how I got to meet Barry Murray for the first time. But later on, when I changed direction of the music, when I started to play what you would call American rural blues, jug band music, Lead Belly songs, Woody Guthrie, Lightning Hopkins, this kind of stuff, of that style, and some rockabilly, that's when I got signed to the record label, because there was a 2 or 3 year gap when Barry got the job as a house producer for Pye Records with Peter Eden. Peter Eden is the guy that discovered Donovan, and they came up with the idea to do the first maxi single. And the idea was
Stop. I have to translate it first.
I'll try and say it in German, really.
Totally interesting, because a guy like you can tell stories. Yeah, who else? You were part of it. Ja. So, also hatte ein Producer von Pye Records, die haben auch andere Bands gehabt, da war Chicken Shack, da war Savile Brown, da war Fairport Convention, und sie haben dann mit Ray sind sie in Kontakt gekommen und haben dann also auf Fairport Convention verzichtet und haben sich dann mit Mungo Jerry beschäftigt, der da noch nicht so hieß, weil er eine Band hatte, wie alle anderen auch mal angefangen haben halt Blues-Sachen gespielt von Lead Belly, Black Betty's, things like that, und so ging die Karriere los bei Ray Dorset. Und in 1970, there was a great festival where you, da gab es Mungo Jerry. Was it the name? You had the name before the festival.
The name was
Mungo Jerry.
The name of the band, the name from the band, was The Good Earth.
Okay.
So from a book, a book by Pearl Buck.
Okay.
Aber the record company said we must have a new name, a neue Name, and the amazing or the incredible shark. And meine Kollege said, nein, it's nichts good. It's nichts ein good Name. And the record company said, then we write names, listen a Name, and then what Name comes out from the hat.
From the hat, okay.
From the hat,
okay.
The kappa, whatever,
okay.
is the name. And the name Mungo Jerry came.
Okay. Also sie haben einen Namen gesucht, sie haben einen Namen gebraucht, weil den Song, den gab es ja schon, sonst hätte man sie ja nicht für das Festival gebucht. Und auf diesem Festival, da spielten also Leute wie Black Sabbath, wie Traffic oder Grateful Dead. Und Mungo Jerry war eigentlich nur, vorne vor. You had to support all these bands. You were not the headliner on this festival. On that festival, not before, but after that.
This was I forgot this, but the first gig that I did as Mungo Jerry, I think maybe was 1 week before or 2 weeks before at the Marquee Club, where we supported a band. The name of the band was called Clouds.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, when we went to America and did the first show in New York, which was at the Fillmore East, Clouds were supporting us.
Hey.
But we were a guest with the Steve Miller Band.
So the history says you did this festival and everybody forgot Grateful Dead and all the other bands, and that song In the Summertime was a number 1 week later in England. Because all the people stood there and saw you, and
they didn't stand. They sat.
They sat. Okay.
It was hippies. It was on hippie time. We played on Saturday, the 23rd of May. That's dry and 20 May, and the record In the Summertime was in the shops in Laden on 22. And 22. May is the Geburtstag from meine Frau in Deutschland, in Bielefeld. And the day of the first festival is 23 is the Geburtstag from Mutter from meine Frau. It's funny.
Everything fits together, yeah.
So we played. And there was 35,000 Leute, and went crazy. And alles Leute ist vergessen from the Ginger Baker, Traffic, Status Quo, not Status Quo, Black Sabbath, Black Widow. All these, everyone was on, and so they asked if we would play again on the next day, on the Sunday,
okay.
And it was the same. So then the record went immediately into the music charts at Zen, number 13.
Okay.
And then my first TV show was on Sonntag, the next to Sonntag, and then on the Dienstag we war Nummer 1.
So it took
and
you.
Then I say, my boss, meine Chef for my Arbeit, I said, is it okay when ich gehe to the BBC for a Fernsehen show, Top of the Pops? Oh yeah, okay. So
Because I want to, because I become a star now. We have to play this song in the summertime. We will hear you live. Wir werden also Mungo Jerry hier live erleben. Er hat ein paar Instrumente mitgebracht. Er hat seinen Cellisten mitgebracht. Also hier ist noch einiges los heute Abend. Wir haben bis 21 Uhr Zeit und wir begrüßen an dieser Stelle auch, we have a lot of fans in England. Yeah, and we had this show on Facebook and everybody was, yeah, Ray Dawson, great, we love him. Still we love him. So give regards, some regards to Blackpool, where Mike sits and where Tom sits, and all these guys, regards to Blackpool at this time. And we're going to play In the Summertime from Mungo Jerry, the first number 1 hit in the summer of 1970. Yeah, that's the way it goes. And here we go. Soll man sagen, der größte Sommerhit aller Zeiten, kann man glaube ich sagen, ne? Ist irgendwie millionenfach verkauft, das Ding. Mungo Jerry ist heute Abend hier bei uns zu Gast bei Radio Bielefeld, Ray Dorset.
Radio Bielefeld, Hit Story.
Mit Stephan Schueler und Mungo Jerry. Ein weiterer Song aus der Zeit, ne? 1971. Talk about sideburns. Heute Abend zu Gast bei Radio Bielefeld, bei mir in der Hit Story, Mr. Ray Dorset from Mungo Jerry. Mungo Jerry, man weiß immer nicht, heißt er jetzt Mungo Jerry, nennt er sich jetzt Mungo Jerry. Am Briefkasten steht auch nicht Mungo Jerry, da steht wahrscheinlich Ray Dorset. Ich habe jetzt diesen Song gespielt von Slade, weil ich habe eine Geschichte gehört. I heard a story, Ray, about sideburns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And everybody knows, jeder weiß ja, Noddy Holder had sideburns.
Yeah, but his sideburns weren't as large as mine because I came number 1 in the Melody Maker poll for the largest sideburns in the music business, and I think Noddy Holder came second.
Okay. Also,
ich bin Number 1.
Du bist Number 1. Everybody knows that, and you're still rocking. Also, es geht um Sideburns. Das sind dieser Bart auf der Backe. Das nennt man Sideburn. Und ich habe im Slade gespielt, weil Musikkenner, die wissen das. Der hatte ja auch immer so einen Backenbart, Noddy Holder, der Sänger. Ne? Und Ray hat gerade erzählt. Nee, er war Nummer 1 im Melody Maker. Da gab es tatsächlich eine Hitparade. Charts for Sideburns at the Melody Maker. And Ray was at number 1 and Noddy Holder number 2. Who was number 3? Do you know that?
I don't know. I'm not interested. Number 1's enough for me. That's all I need to know.
Ja, das stimmt, da hat er recht. Also wenn man weiß, dass man selber Nummer 1 ist, dann ist auch egal, wer Nummer 2, 3 und 4 ist. Ne? Wir haben ja schon über die Anfänge gesprochen, wir haben über das Festival gesprochen, wir haben den Summer-Hit gespielt, den One and Only Summer-Hit of all times. Natürlich hat Ray Instrumente mitgebracht, er hat seinen Cellisten mitgebracht. You started without drums, you had a what's it called, a bass, Not the Technic bass, but wie heißt denn das
No,
Ding?
it had a double bass, a stand-up bass.
Stand-up bass. You had a stand-up
stand-up
bass.
bass,
You had a stand-up bass on stage.
And no drums.
No, you had no drums.
So I used to stamp on the floor.
Yeah.
Like this.
And now.
Like I copied it. I think I got the idea myself from John Lee Hooker.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Johnny Hooker
but
did
it
it.
could
Yeah.
be that I couldn't afford to pay a drummer.
Boom, boom. Yeah.
But
Johnny Hooker. But now you start a tour within the next days. And you have you're back in time. You have a cello on stage now. That is new.
Frankie from Bielefeld.
Yeah.
Frankie is a true Bielefelder.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And it's perfect Deutsch, so it's better you translate, Frankie.
Yeah, okay.
And this is the first time I have the electric cello and the saxophone player with my band also.
Okay.
On the tour. And we are going to do a special show on the 26th of October.
Next
where
week.
Where we will be filming and inviting the audience to join us in a very special place. It's only 40 kilometres from here, but I can't pronounce it, so it's better if Frankie says where it is. Everybody is invited to come for the pictures and the selfie. And what I want to make a competition, so if you would like to ask a question, something to do with me, Mungo Jerry, later, and the two people that get it right, they get free tickets to the concert and also their choice of a Mungo Jerry t-shirt, and we make some photos with them and put them on the show.
Okay, Ray, Frankie will translate it. Frankie Klassen aus Bielefeld, was hat er jetzt erzählt?
Also die Venue ist in der alten Ziegelei am Wien, das ist in der Minderstraße 69 in Hüllhorst. Also wer Lust hat, könnt ihr da auf jeden Fall mal vorbeikommen.
Und was muss man jetzt tun? Es gibt ein T-Shirt zu gewinnen oder Eintrittskarten?
Ray, can you say it again? What are the guys are gonna win?
We'll ask a question. Yeah. Something about Mungo Jerry.
Ja. Also er wird Fragen stellen, beziehungsweise einfach in die große Runde Fragen stellen.
And then the zwei Winner.
Ja, und es gibt zwei Gewinner.
Free entrance.
Die bekommen freien Eintritt, ja.
For the club.
Ja.
And machen Fotos mit mich and the
sozusagen
band.
Meet and Greet mit der Band, mit Mungo Jerry.
And has a t-shirt, a Mungo special Mungo Jerry t-shirt for them. And they become VIPs on the night for the filming.
Okay, you're ready to make some music live. What kind of music do we hear now?
The first song is a song that I wrote and did for an album I did called No Frills, which is in the style of how I began with the Mungo Jerry original sound.
Okay.
Yeah? Which is very short, but we never did this before until today with Frankie and myself, yeah? Yeah, and I will try to... Yeah. have a cello solo. Ja, 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 ja. Ba, 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 ba. That's nice, I like that, Frankie. Let's do the middle bit. Well, if there's something that you want, you gotta go out and get it. You gotta move fast to run out of gas. Are you gonna regret it? Ain't no use, keep on hanging around. Ain't no use, keep on hanging around. There ain't no use in keep on hanging around.
Yeah, great one. There ain't no use.
So that's how we got started. That's how I got started. That kind of stuff anyway, yeah.
There ain't no use in hanging around now, what? It's ein bisschen philosophisch. It's philosophy. There ain't no use hanging around? No.
Well, it's true, really. I suppose that's a very good point there.
Yeah.
That means if you got to get on and get something done, then you just got to go out there and do it.
Yeah.
It's very simple, yeah.
Do you still write new songs?
Oh, yeah. Because I've written... I'm behind with the project. The album is called 100% Blues, almost. So all original blues songs. And what I'm doing on the tour that begins in the Czech Republic on a festival on Saturday now, every sound check, I will jam through the songs with the band, and I start to bring them into the set. And when we do the concert on the 26th, I will play a lot of these songs live, and then the audience can also say, I'll play Long Leg Woman, play Lady Rose, play All Right. Okay. And because what I want to do is get a good feeling for the songs before I go into the tone studio, so that we have a nice live feeling and everybody gets the chance to experiment on how they play. Because when I do a gig with my band, everybody can play what they want as long as it works. Every musician has the freedom to express themselves. So I don't say you have to play. If I do a hit, I say you don't have to play it the way it was on the record. You just play it so that it works on the night. But most of the songs that I do in my show are not from the hits period, and they're not from all the albums. But it works fantastic because my philosophy is that if you are a new band or a new artist, you will have to get yourself a following. And the way that you do that is to entertain the audience by the sound, the melody, and the vibe that you create. In the same way that the Rolling Stones and the Beatles and everything started their career, or the Who or whatever. The problem that I found, when you get a lot of hits, you're expected to play all the hits, which is great for the audience in one respect. But on the other side of the coin, you become like a circus or a pantomime or a theatre, because you're just performing the same thing in the same way over and over again. Yeah. And I work in the same way that jazz artists and blues artists play, and that's to have a degree of spontaneity and improvisation.
Also die Tour beginnt jetzt am Wochenende in der Tschechoslowakei, und er sagt, das ist so ein bisschen auch wie so eine Jukebox, wo man sagen kann, spiel doch mal dies und spiel doch mal das. Und ich hatte ja vorhin schon erwähnt, ich habe eine DVD hier, Bands Go Jazz Festival in Bulgaria. Wenn man da drauf guckt, ja, natürlich ist da In the Summertime drauf, Little Miss Hip Shake ist da drauf, aber da sind eben auch Blues-Songs drauf, Rock Me Mama, Morning Dew, solche Sachen. Und er macht einen schönen Mix aus dem, damit er nicht jeden Abend dasselbe spielt. Das wäre ja schließlich ziemlich langweilig. You were in the German charts, du warst in der deutschen Hitparade 1,5 Monate, for 6 weeks at number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who was number one before that summertime thing started in Germany?
In Germany?
Do you know that?
I know.
For 6 months, number one before
Before me, maybe.
Yeah.
Guido.
It was Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. El Condor Pasa.
What was the song?
El Condor Pasa.
I don't know that one.
El Condor Pasa.
Is that? Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, and it was 6 weeks number one in Germany before you came.
Oh, fantastic! Well, you should play it for me because I don't know the song.
Yeah, all right.
Because they made some lovely recordings, didn't they? And I think it was wasn't it Paul Simon's birthday recently?
Maybe.
I think it was.
Chuck Berry's birthday is today. We talk about later. Here, Simon and Garfunkel. Oh, El Condor Pasa heißt es. Condor Pasa. Und am Ende des Jahres 1970 war das hier Nummer 2 in Deutschland. Also am Ende dieser Jahreshitparade 1970, Number 2, Simon and Garfunkel. Number 1 was Miguel Rios, A Song of Joy. Number 3, Mademoiselle Ninette. And at number 4 in the charts of the year 1970, Mungo Jerry in the Summertime. Yeah. Not so bad, Ray.
Not bad, no. Not as good as number 1, though.
Sorry, what?
Would have been better to be number 1.
Yeah, you can't be number 1 every time. You're number 1 with the sideburns. So what? The band split, and after having 2 hits, the band split. What was going on?
I got fired.
You got fired.
I got fired from.
But you wrote.
I thought we had in the summertime first.
Yeah.
In number 1 in the UK, then next number one, Baby Jump. And now Baby Jump took the place of My Sweet Lord in the number 1 position in England.
Okay.
And then it lost the place because Paul McCartney went to number 1, I believe, with one of his songs. Then the next hit was Lady Rose, which I think was a bigger hit than Baby Jump, but it didn't get to number 1 because it had to be repressed. There's a story behind that, but I won't go into it. It'll take too long. And then the next one, You Don't Have to Be in the Army to Fight in the War. But then we went on a tour in the Far East. Australia, Japan, New Zealand, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, all these places. And I got fired on my return. So that's how the band split. In 1970, the difference in the band was that Mike Cole, who was the double bass player, he got fired from the band when we came back from the American tour. But he joined up with me, or I joined up with him again, and we made an album together. So he's a friend of mine. He was a good guy. Yeah, but.
Okay, the band split, and the guys went on playing in other bands. We have Bob Daisley playing with Richie Blackmore in Rainbow.
The Bob Daisley he joined up with me.
Ja. Und dann aber Rainbow, und dann werden wir in der nächsten Stunde noch weitere Lieder hören. Also die Band hat ihn rausgeschmissen, ne, weil sie gesagt haben, ja nee, wir machen nicht den ganzen Tag, was Ray sagt, wir wollen auch mal selber. Aber dabei hat er ja die Hits geschrieben, also es machte irgendwie nie so wirklich Sinn. Und Ray hat dann weitergemacht und hatte noch ein paar Hits und ist heute noch da und ist heute hier zu Gast bei Radio Bielefeld. Wir werden in der nächsten Stunde weiter sprechen über Disco-Songs, über einen Song, den er für Elvis Presley geschrieben hat. Ja, solche Geschichten. Und er wird natürlich auch noch live musizieren hier direkt im Studio. Wir werden über Fehmarn sprechen. Er war in Fehmarn dabei 1970, als Jimi Hendrix dort sein letztes Konzert gegeben hat. Alles das in der Hitstory von Radio Bielefeld in der nächsten Stunde. Ihr könnt euch also freuen und euren Freunden vielleicht noch Bescheid sagen sollen, Radio einschalten. Na? And regards again to England, where Ray has a lot of friends and a lot of fans. And we're proud that you are listening to our show. That's the truth. Yeah. Ich bin Stephan Schueler und ich bin nach den Nachrichten, we have the news now, und nach den Nachrichten bin ich wieder da und dann haben wir eine weitere Stunde mit Ray Dorset from Mungo Jerry.
Radio Bielefeld. Hit Story.
Mit Stephan Schueler und zu Gast im Studio Mungo Jerry, Ray Dorset. Und das ist mal eine Version von In the Summertime. Mal gucken, was er dazu sagt. Aufgenommen im Jahre 2014. Ray, what do you think of this version?
Do you know what? I've forgotten about how good this version was. I never listened to it in a radio station before. I just heard it on my computer because I was given the album because it's great because Billy Idol's singing it great. Derek Sherinian, I think that's the one of the. It's from his album Blood on the Snake.
Yeah.
And
on
he
guitar,
told me that it was one of the first songs that he learned because he played in the summertime with me in the NAMM show, the first night, and it's got Slash on guitar. Yes. I'd like to meet Slash actually.
Where's the problem?
A cool guy. I've been at all these NAMM shows and playing with all these great guys, but I never met Slash. But
Mungo Jerry had never made it.
It's a good version. It's really good.
Mungo Jerry had never made it in the USA.
Huh?
Or am I wrong?
What's that? Sorry.
Yeah, Mungo Jerry had never made it in the USA. Or am I wrong?
Never made it in the USA.
Yeah. Or because Slash is from the United States, so
no, I've been to America many times, but no, I never met Slash in the States. Though. I never met him because I was invited to, and every one afterwards. It's called the NAMM, which is a NAMM show. It's like the Frankfurt Music Messe. Iconic Jam. Mm-hmm. So I played with like Derek Sherinian and Liberty DeVito and so many.
Have you
Peter Talk and play guitar with Mickey Dolenz and it was always a brilliant time. You know, it was great. Chris Slade on drums and Alan White on drums.
Also hat da schon mit eine Menge Leuten gespielt. Mickey Dolenz hier von the Monkees. Mungo Jerry did a tour in the States.
Yeah. I've done tours. I've done tours in the States. Yeah. But, you know, in the summertime, it's bigger in America than it is anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It goes on and on and on and on. Mm-hmm. It's fantastic, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You invited something like let's say, yeah, from the Beatles. You invited this thing.
It's the first, it's said that it's the first record that, I don't know if it was the first record. It was definitely the first record, number one, with mouth percussion on it, which came like into now in the beatboxing. You know, like
you invented beatboxing.
Yeah. It's also said that I invented glam rock as well, and it's also said that I invented punk. UK punk. It's been said that Baby Jump was the first UK punk record. Punk record went to number one. And when I wrote Feels Like I'm in Love for Elvis Presley, when it went to number one in England, it was the first high energy UK number one.
But you have in the text from In the Summertime there's a sentence: have a drink, have a drive.
Yeah.
That is not very let's say, wie heißt das für heutzutage? Have a drink, have a drive.
Yeah.
That's no good. On every Formula One, every Formula One race,
you want to say
there's big on the wall. Don't drink and drive.
No,
so Ray Dorset,
this is crazy.
What's the story?
This, what is this? What do I have? What do I have in my hand?
I don't.
What's this?
A glass of water. Yeah.
And what is it? It's a drink. Is it a drink?
It's all right.
It's a drink, yeah?
Or is it vodka?
When I said have a drink, have a drive, I didn't say go out and drink a beer. I didn't go and say drink an Asbach or drink a Maria Corner. I just said have a drink, have a drive. I didn't tell people to drink alcohol, did I?
That is true.
As a drink has become a generic term for an alcoholic drink.
That's true.
We can say, I fancy a drink. Oh, yeah, what kind of drink would you want? I want a coffee. I want to have a drink and go for a drive. What drink do you want? Oh, I want a cola. It doesn't matter, does it? That's because of people are so crazy with their politically correctness and they think they're being clever.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Some people have got no sense, and especially a lot of critics and journalists. They think they make a name for themselves by saying that I wrote a song which is known all around the world, Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, and if you take every line from my song, you will find a philosophical statement in there that's got a meaning in life that stands up today.
Also, Hat damit nichts zu tun, das war nur mal, ne, und man soll da nicht immer so drüber reden, das ist schon alles in Ordnung. Und das stimmt wirklich, als er kam, hat er ein Bier gekriegt. Ja, da haben wir alle ein Bier, da haben wir angestoßen, das muss man auch so machen, wenn man sich dann alle 5 Jahre mal sieht. Und aber ansonsten trinkt die Band Wasser und große Rockstars müssen das, weil die Zeiten von Sex and Drugs and Rock'n'Roll sind vorbei. Mungo Jerry, was it a band with Sex and Drugs and Rock'n'Roll? Or was it a band still drinking water all the time?
No, this is crazy what you're saying. I mean, you've read too many newspapers, you've been watching too much RTL television, reading too much Build, because this is the kind of stuff that people want to hear because they think it's being controversial. But this sex and drugs and rock and roll thing is something that the press and the media have made up to try and gain more readers, and it creates a very bad impression for the music industry, and it puts a bad light on young people that are easily influenced by stuff like this, and they think they have to be clever. You know, that's why you get people like, you get rock stars that think they get more famous. Oh, I'll have another tattoo. I'll have another piercing. I'll take some more drugs. I'll get drunk and then I'll get a hit record. That's a load of bollocks.
Ja. Also ihr hört das auch, ne? Er wird da auch tatsächlich auch so ein bisschen ärgerlich. Getting annoyed a bit. That's okay. Also das ist alles erfunden von den Medien und von der Presse und das ist alles überhaupt gar nicht so. Und Leute, also ihr sollt keine Drogen, alles Quatsch. Macht das alles weg. We're gonna hear a live song, Ray?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This shows off Frankie's cello playing as a short interpretation of a Leadbelly song called Black Girl.
Great.
Which you might say was politically incorrect, and some people changed it to My Girl, right? But I'm going to sing the original words, Black Girl, because if you're black, you're black. I'm all over the place. So. Black girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun don't shine and you shiver all night through. Oh, her husband was a driving man about a half a mile from here, and his head was found in the driver's wheel, and his body never been found. Black girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun don't shine and you shiver all night through. Okay, Frankie. Black girl, where will you go? Well, I'm going where the sun don't shine. In the pines where the sun don't shine and you shiver all night through. Doesn't sound anything like it in the summertime, does it?
Oh, great one. Original Leadbelly song? A question, Mr. Dorset? Is that an original Leadbelly song?
Yeah, it's right.
Okay.
Yeah, Lead Belly did his song. I think he wrote it. I don't know.
It's,
a lot of those kind of songs were kind of passed down through generations and people.
1930, 1940, like that. Ja?
Ja.
Also ein uralter Song, Lead Belly, einer der großen Väter des Blues. Wir hatten das schon mal thematisiert, als der Toto Torovic hier bei uns war, ne? Lead Belly und Black Betty und solche Geschichten.
Yeah, that's a famous song, Black Betty, yeah. The most famous one, I think, is Irene, good night, Irene.
Yeah.
Irene, good night. Everyone knows that one, yeah? That's good. In fact, I did that on a tour in the DDR many times with the Pudis. And a friend of mine that was playing bass with me, he did it and he made a version for it for Frank Zander.
Yeah.
Like a boogie version. I don't know if you ever heard that. That was in the 80s, I think. Yeah, Hanno Brunn did it, yeah. Okay.
Ja. Und Lead Belly,
A little bit of history information.
Lead Belly, das hat ja so geklungen damals, müssen wir eben gerade mal einmal einspielen hier.
Oh, Black Betty, bam-ba-lam, oh, Black Betty, bam-ba-lam, Black Betty had a baby.
Oh, great.
Bam-ba-lam, Black Betty had a baby. Bam-ba-lam, damn thing gone crazy. Bam-ba-lam, damn thing gone crazy. Bam-ba-lam, oh, Black Betty.
So the Ram Jam band did a great version, didn't they, of that one?
He did it like Johnny Hooker with the foot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you remember the Ram Jam band version that was a big hit? Whoa, Black Betty, bam-a-lam, whoa, Black Betty, bam-a-lam, bam-a-lam, child, bam, whoa, thing gone wild, bam-a-lam, whoa, Black Betty. Great, yeah. She's always ready. Who's always ready?
Ray Dorset. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
That's what she said.
Ich sehe ihn nicht mehr. You're listening to me? Yeah, okay.
I better stand up, actually.
Yeah, I better stand up. Yeah, okay. You wrote a song and had in mind this might be a song for Elvis.
Yeah, I wrote this song for Elvis Presley, Feels Like I'm in Love. Actually,
Was it?
Give me the guitar a minute. I want to play a bit of this, actually, because this song...
What was the idea?
I used to spend a lot of time in Germany
now,
in the clubs.
Question from me.
Oh.
Was it the idea? Ray Dorset, I'm going to write the song for Elvis?
Well,
no.
Yeah. No,
or was it?
I was a big Elvis Presley fan.
Okay.
Huh? From the Sundays, you know.
Okay.
And when I spent so much time in Germany in the clubs, I always loved the atmosphere. After the gig, we'd go to a club and it'd be the early 70s disco music. And I always thought it would be good to write a Euro disco style song for Elvis. Yeah, okay. In the the Beatles. You remember Beatles?
Yeah.
That did this stuff in that kind of style. So he did this. So I did it like so. So it would have been so. My head is in a spin, my feet don't touch the ground. So I did it like this, you know, in that kind of style. But Elvis died in 1977, so the demo never got to him. I did it with Alan Blakely, you remember Alan Blakely from the Tremolos?
Yeah.
We did it, and I think Rick, the guitar player, played the bass on it. And my drummer played the drum. I think my drummer played the drums and Colin Earl might play the piano. Anyway, Elvis died, and then we thought someone said we should get a girl to sing it. And eventually, the disco music changed over the next 2 or 3 years and became like more high energy. And Kelly Marie was a girl that we knew when she had a hit in France called "Who's That Lady with My Man." And she's a 17-year-old girl from Scotland when we first met her, and she still came from Scotland.
Okay.
Yeah, and so she did this. My head is in a spin, my feet don't touch the ground. It feels like I'm in. They go ding ding. We know the syndromes. Yeah. So I sang it in this Elvis Presley voice style. And as I say, it went to number one. It became the first UK high-energy disco hit.
Well, a big hit
and then
everywhere.
many years later, I was at my house, so in the New Year, Weihnachten or Sylvester, and my mother said, "Can you play Feels Like I'm in Love?" on the piano, you see. So I got this idea to do like 50s off my top of my head. Like, sing along in the coffee bar version, like in the 50s. So, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Sha la 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 la. My head is in a spin, my feet don't touch the ground. Because you need me, my head goes round and round. My knees are shaking, baby, my heart it beats like a drum. So on, yeah?
For Grandma, for Weihnachten.
Yeah, so I play. So now,
Great.
Even though when I'm doing the blues festivals and the jazz festival, I still play. I play this version.
You'll still do it on
of
stage.
Because it makes a difference for the audience, publicum. And shalala, hands in the air. It's a good groove. It's nice and it works. And funny for today, I got a sent to me, which I didn't know from on YouTube. It's an Elvis impersonator singing "Feels Like I'm in Love." As maybe he thought Elvis would do it.
Das könnt ihr mal suchen. Also, Ray hat gerade erzählt, auf YouTube gibt es einen Elvis-Imitator, ja, der diesen Song gesungen hat und sich vorgestellt hat, so hätte Elvis das gemacht. Müsst ihr mal suchen auf YouTube. Ja, ich habe das auch noch nicht gefunden. Wir hören das Original. We're gonna listen to the original Carrie Marie here.
Oh, okay.
Die Radio Bielefeld Hit Story mit Stephan Schueler.
Mungo Jerry, Little Miss Hip Shake. Und was ich gerade gelernt habe, I learned it from Ray Dorset, der heute Abend zu Gast ist bei uns. About the flip side of Alright. We had Singles in former times, liebe Kinder. Da gab es noch Singles und da war auf der einen Seite ein Lied und auf der anderen Seite war noch ein Lied. Ray, when I thought about what to do in this radio show, I listened to your songs again, Little Miss Hip Shake, and then I thought, who was influenced by who? If you're listening to this, all right, it's Little Miss Hip Shake, and then you're listening to that. Recognize? Do you recognize?
Probably is that Get It On?
Yeah. And then I thought the musicians influence each other. If you
the thing is, if you read the interview that Mark Bolan did when he had his first hit, Ride a White Swan, you will find that he said that he thinks that we both had the same original influences, you see, which is a kind of a rockabilly thing. And if you listen to I Love to Boogie, which I did a cover version for a Mark Bolan tribute album. I did it with T-Rextasy. But I played a much better guitar solo, I must say. I played a good rockabilly guitar solo on my Gretsch. Teenage Boogie?
I Love to Boogie.
No, yeah, but no. Do you know a song called Teenage Boogie?
Yeah.
Teenage Boogie, ho ho ha ho boogie.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, it's the same as I love to boogie on a Saturday night. It's just it's the thing. You see, there's two songs.
We love to boogie.
Yeah.
That is I Love to Boogie. T-Rex. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But
carry on.
And then you find a song called Teenage Boogie. I can't remember the name of the guy that did it, and you'll find that's where it's come from.
Okay.
You see, so if we've both been influenced by, I think he and I did a wobble in the voice, da 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 da, right, like which I was doing Lady Rose, and Mark Bolan was doing da 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 da, Deborah. It's the wobble in the voice. Yeah. So if you got Lead Belly and all this kind of influence in the background, you find that you originally start trying to sing like the people that influence you and you admire.
Yeah.
See, it's like if I was to do, if I was to give you an example, like if I go, if you knew Peggy Sue, then you know I feel blue about Peggy. You know, so you're trying to sound like the people. So you sung a song by somebody that you admire, you try and sing it like them. It's like, so if I sang a Little Richard song, like I say, oh, to the foodie, I'm a Rudy, to the foodie. You know what I'm saying? So you will try and sing the song in the way that it was presented to you by the person that had the hit until you develop your own style.
Let me explain a bit. Also, ne, natürlich haben sie sich alle, und er hat's ja auch vorgesungen, man kann ja dem auch folgen, man versteht das ja auch, was er sagt, dass sie natürlich influenced sind, ne, von Everlys, von den ganzen Leuten, von Little Richard und so weiter, dass das natürlich eine ganz klare Geschichte ist. Anfang der 70er, da war das in England so, die Beatles waren vorbei und dann gab es also, dann war auch wieder die Medien, the press all over the world telling stories about T-Rex Mania and Mungo Jerry Fever. And in the beginning of the 70s.
Right? Mungo Mania, actually.
Mungo Mania, all right. Mungo Mania and T-Rex and the T-Rex whatever. So you're the stars of the coming next years.
Yeah,
in the beginning of the 70s. The press said.
The whole thing was a bit different between myself and Mark Bolan for it. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy when I met him and everything. But when what happened was, it was great how Mark Bolan, the original Tyrannosaurus Rex, began in the same underground clubs that I played in, when they had a different name, Middle Earth, for example. When Mark Bolan had Steve Peregrine Took playing percussion when it was a duo, you see. But when he got famous, when he had a hit, he was famous by being played on the John Peel radio show, which is an iconic BBC radio show, where John Peel presented the audience with underground artists on new things. He'd play very Captain Beefheart, for example, or Wildman Fisher. Very, very strange things. But when Mark Bolan got his hits, he started to dress up more. You know, so he I suppose really he was the glam rock pioneer in England.
Glitter thing, yeah.
Yeah, all this glitter rock and all this stuff and wearing makeup and all that kind of stuff. But that's got nothing to do with the music. That's just got to do with the presentation. Yeah. But then this is the problem for me. I couldn't do that, although the record company asked me to get involved in that. So as far as I went, I did a crazy thing that when Long-Legged Woman Dressed in Black was in the charts, I went on Top of the Pops in a white plastic suit and sprayed my hair silver. And I think, but really, that's not me. I mean, Elton John wanted to do crazy things like wear sunglasses and try and be like Liberace. But that's not me. And I felt very uncomfortable trying to dress up in this strange way. And then in the glam rock, he felt, you're in the music business, you have to do it. So I was wearing a jacket, a red satin jacket with no shirt, and Rod Stewart would do the similar thing. We had.
Have you got a photo with this white thing on?
Yeah, it's on in magazines and all sorts.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so but now I like to think, I work from an Arbeiter in the street in Straßenbahn or something, or it's a cigar. It doesn't matter to me. But I know you have to have an image. It's good to have an image. But all this over the going crazy. It's like Kiss. You know, Kiss are very, very popular, and they've got Gene Simmons is a good business guy. But if I couldn't tell you one of their records. I Love Rock and Roll. Did they make a record called I Love Rock and Roll? Was that them or was that something?
Joan Jett was it?
That was Joan Jett, wasn't it?
Arrows from England, wasn't it?
Yeah, Joan Jett. Oh, okay, I met Joan. But
I Was Made for Loving You.
Yeah, well, do you know what I'm saying? They make a big show, but it's a circus. People go to it to see the spectacle. Yeah. But if you close your eyes and you didn't see it and you took away all the massive PA, what have you got? I mean, it's just another rock band, isn't it? Okay. I mean, I used to watch Poison. I used to watch Headbangers Ball on MTV.
Let me translate a bit. Also, die waren schon, Anfang der 70er war schon die Presse dabei zu sagen, ja, T-Rex Mania, Mungo Mania, T-Rex Forever and things like that. Und der Unterschied war, dass sie waren beide groß in England und der Unterschied war, dass also Mark Bolan in diese Richtung gegangen ist mit Glitter und Glamour und so. Und er war ja dann auch einer der Glitter-Glamour-Stars mit David Bowie, mit Slade und Sweet und diese ganzen Bands. Und Ray sagt, ja, nee, er wollte also nie diesen Zirkus, auch nicht wie bei Kiss. Und dann machst du jeden Abend dasselbe und hast da Kostüme und weiß ich nicht, riesen PA und weiß der Geier was. Sondern er wollte immer am Boden bleiben. Wir hören mal ganz kurz einen 2-Minute-Song from T-Rex, ein 2-Minuten-Song from T-Rex, 2 minutes and 12 seconds, Ride a White Swan. Ja. Und Another great song from the 70s. Zu Gast heute Abend Mungo Jerry, Ray Dorset. Und es hat schon ein Hörer geschrieben, verdammt, hätten wir mal besser aufgepasst damals beim Englisch in der Schule. Ne? Aber ich denke, das Englisch, was das Deutsch, was Ray spricht, das ist ja sehr schön. Ich muss dich fragen, Ray, ich mache oft mal Urlaub an der Ostsee. Und ich bin dann auch ab und zu mal auf Fehmarn und ich bin dann auch mit meinem Bicycle around Fehmarn gefahren. And when you're around Fehmarn with your bicycle, you find a big stone with Jimi Hendrix on it. Do you know that?
Yeah, I was there.
You was there?
Well,
You were there?
I played at the festival.
No, that is what I want to ask you.
I met Jimi Hendrix at breakfast.
Yeah.
Frühstück, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But he unfortunately, that was the last proper gig that he did. But excuse me, I went back there. I don't know, maybe 12 years. I don't know the time that I came here last round, and I did a festival on Fehmarn, and I saw the statue from of Jimi Hendrix there, which is it was a good festival because the weather was very, very, very bad.
It was raining all.
And when I arrived at the festival.
Yeah.
Canned Heat were on stage, and Bob Hite was singing, and it was only shortly before that Al Wilson had passed away. Al Wilson, he sang this great "Where going up the country do you wanna go? Well, I'm going up the country do you wanna go?" That's fantastic, because that's the sad thing about is that when you see that fantastic clip in the Woodstock movie, they play going up the country, and with all the hippies wandering around at Woodstock, but you don't see Canned Heat performing. It's a great show, but I loved the way that they played, and Canned Heat had such a good vibe with their blues tinge oriented music. It was united we stand, divided we fall. Let's all work together. Get on the ball. Let's work together. All that, that was Bob Hite singing. Yeah. And this had a good vibe. And then the funny thing was, we'd just been on tour in America, and we were on this bus, and Rod Stewart and the Faces came on the bus, and they went on after us. And it was great to talk to Rod Stewart and the Faces again after them being we were guests with them. We played with them in Detroit. Funny enough, when we played in Detroit, Susie Quattro was in the audience, and before she'd come over to the UK to start begin her recording career. And that festival brought back a lot of good memories. Es ist just a shame that
so, wir müssen das übersetzen. Also wir sind jetzt von Fehmarn über Canned Heat und Al Wilson, Bob Hite sind wir bei Rod Stewart im Tourbus und Susie Quattro im Publikum. Also ihr merkt, der Mann kann Geschichten erzählen ohne Ende. Back to Fehmarn, Ray. You met Jimi Hendrix at the Frühstück?
Yeah, we just... but what happened was, when I was in my band before Mungo Jerry, the drummer came... He became the drummer later. His name is Roger Earl. He was the brother of Colin Earl, the piano player that played on In the Summertime. Yeah. And Roger left me and joined Savoy Brown, and then he left. Then Savoy Brown broke up, and the guys that left became Foghats. I expect you've heard of Foghat, became very big. But he came to me and he says, "Hey man, I just did this audition for a black guy that plays the guitar with his teeth." And this was Jimi Hendrix. And after that, we were playing Fridays or Saturdays in a club called the Speakeasy in Margaret Street in London, which was the club that stayed open nearly all night, where artists would come, and mainly musicians, but you get people from TV and movies come there. And I was resident playing there, and it was great because Jimi Hendrix was always there in the restaurant when I was there. But I was always a bit too shy then, like to speak to everyone. But I'll tell you what was great. That year, must have been 1968, yeah? Frank Zappa was sitting in front of me while I was playing, nodding his head. And when I first came to Berlin, I met Frank Zappa at the TV studio and spoke about seeing him and talking to him at the in the speakeasy. That was great. That was a good thing. Because Frank Zappa, he was a very good character.
We do the Mungo Jerry radio show for the next year every first Thursday a month and talk about 2 hours about the pop history all over the world with Ray Dorset. It's great, man. It's great. Yeah.
Thanks.
Also ihr merkt das selber, der kommt ins Erzählen, das ist ja auch klar, wenn du 1968 angefangen hast und alle möglichen Leute getroffen hast und immer noch Musik machst. Wir spielen noch ein schönes Lied, we're gonna play another song live.
We're gonna sing, and maybe you can sing this one. Da 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 da, oh lady, my rose, my lady rose.
Everybody.
Yeah, in the dark nights by the firelight, I see her face before my eyes, Lady Rose. How you sing it? Ah, Lady Rose. Oh, lady, my rose, my Lady Rose. Lost in memories of the moment, of the time spent, of the days when Lady Rose, Lady Rose. Oh, lady, my rose, my Lady Rose. Live it, shut up. All right, I want you to sing, Stephan. Everyone in the studio, we sing all again. Da dee da da, da dee da da, da dee da da, da dee da da, da dee dee dee, da dee dee dee, da dee da dee. Alles zusammen. Oh lady, my rose, my Lady Rose. On the dark nights by the firelight, I see her face before my eyes, Lady Rose. What do you say? Lady Rose. Oh, Lady Rose. Oh, lady, my rose, my Lady Rose. The chorus, everybody. Oh, Lady Rose. Alice Summit.
Lady Rose.
Lady Rose.
Oh, Lady Rose.
My lady.
Everybody in the fields.
My lady.
My lady.
Oh, lady, my rose, my Lady Rose. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey.
Yeah! Everybody in Bielefeld singing Lady Rose! Yeah!
There's so much tape on this harmonica thing that I've blocked up some of the bits that I have to blow through. Some of the notes are missing.
Who was that? Who was that Lady Rose? Any special type of girl?
No.
No.
It was a name that just kind of fitted.
Okay, your kind of girl is Britta.
But what happened? I'll tell you how I wrote that song.
Yeah.
When I went to America with on the first American tour, I took a 12-string guitar with me, the only one that I had, because I thought I'd go to America, I'd be like Leadbelly and wander around with a 12-string guitar on my back. I play songs and write songs like Leadbelly, Woody Guthrie, and all this kind of. But when I came back, I sat down in my room. In my Sitzen, what's he called it? Sitzenzimmer? Wohnzimmer. And the first thing I played on the guitar that night when I came in from all the way from America, I went dang 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 dang, and the song I think that was the quickest song that I ever wrote was Mighty Man, because I did it on stage with no one knowing. But I just played it. And that was, Lady Rose was very, very quick. That was like quicker than In the Summertime. But it's a lovely melody. It's very simple. My late father, always liked the melody. And da 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 da. It's a nice melody, isn't it?
Good to sing along. Yeah.
Yeah. Glücklich. Sehr glücklich.
Ray Dorset ist glücklich.
Alles zusammen.
Und Ray Dorset ist 70. Ray Dorset ist, hey, Ray! Ray Dorset ist ein glücklicher Mann. a happy man. He is 70. He's 72 years old.
Wow.
Still rocking, still rolling. Your girl comes from Bielefeld, Ray. Hey, come on.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, there's another thing. I do know that Roy Orbison's wife also came from Bielefeld.
See, yes, and Rick
Barbara.
Parfitt's girl comes from Limgo somewhere there.
Yeah. But I had a pair of Roy Orbison's trousers. What's trousers in Deutsch?
Hosen.
Hosen, yeah.
Hosen, yeah.
Yeah, maybe, I think 2 years before In the Summertime came out, an American guy used to come with us to gigs, and he worked in Carnaby Street. I expect you've heard of Carnaby Street in London, where this was the swinging 60s,
Yep.
where all this fashion. And the clothes that didn't get collected by the artist that had them made there, they would have to get rid of, give them away. And this guy, he gave me a pair of trousers, Hoser, and he said these belonged to Roy Orbison, so I used to wear them to work. I met Roy Orbison in Manchester on a TV series many years later, and I said to him, Roy, I had a pair of your trousers, and it was awesome. And Roy Orbison was so fantastic. He just stood there, and he started to sing, and he sounded just like a record. His voice, the tone of his Stimme, is it the Stimme? Was absolutely amazing, awesome, fantastic, it's such a good voice. And
Same as yours.
But I only found out later. I met his wife when I was in Medium in Cannes, and I found out that she came from Bielefeld. Unbelievable. Barbara.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Britta. Hello, Britta. Yeah, Britta's listening, maybe. You wrote a song about your life, 46 and on.
Oh yes, that's a good song, isn't it? I don't care what anybody says.
Because Ray,
good
we have to finish the show, and I thought we can finish the show with that song. It's
thank you very much.
A song about your life.
Thank you.
You were born in 1900.
I was born in 1946. Yeah.
Yeah. And is it a song about your life? You can't do a song in 1972 about your life.
Yeah, but I was reflecting on my life, and I think when it's time for me to leave this world, yeah, I think that song will reflect something of myself, yeah, because a lot of things changed in 1946. If you remember, everybody was there was a new beginning, because it was the end of a world conflict. So people had something to look forward to then, but they didn't know that they were going to end up with more and more and more problems. But at that time, everybody was looking forward to having a new and happy life with no conflict. And
Ray hat diesen Song geschrieben, hat sich gedacht, ja, wenn mein Leben so läuft wie da in diesem Song, dann soll es gut sein. Irgendwann bin ich ja schließlich auch nicht mehr da. Irgendwann sind wir alle nicht mehr da. Ich bin nächste Woche wieder da, Ray leider nicht. Ray geht auf Tour. Also wenn ihr ihn irgendwo sehen wollt und sehen könnt, dann geht hin und guckt euch die Show an. Kommt wohin? Nach Hülshorst nächste Woche. Ja, kommt nach Hülshorst. Ihr könnt mir eine Mail schreiben und da könnt ihr reinschreiben, in welchem Jahr In the Summertime rauskam. Könnt ihr eine Mail schreiben an hitstoryradiobielefeld.de. Wir verlosen 2 Tickets, ein VIP-Ticket. Ihr könnt mit Ray ein Glas Wasser trinken. You can drink a water together. You're kind of a VIP on that concert, and you will get a T-shirt from Mungo Jerry, and you will have fun, and you can see the concert. And I'm gonna say thank you, Ray. It was great with you tonight.
It was a great pleasure. Thank you very much, and thank you for everybody that's listening. If you listen from the beginning, I admire you.
Thank you for coming. Maybe we see you again. Have a good time on the tour with your guys. And
Vielen Dank.
Rock on.
This is a sehr schön Abend. Dankeschön.
Rock on. Thank you very much, Ray Dorset from Mungo Jerry.
I am Mungo Jerry, by the way.
Yeah, Mungo. Here is Mungo. 46 and on. Macht's gut. Wir hören uns nächste Woche Donnerstag. Dann wieder ein bisschen mehr Musik, ein bisschen weniger Gespräche. Ne? Aber ich denke, es war eine tolle Geschichte heute Abend. Macht's gut. Wünsche euch eine schöne Woche. Bis nächstes Mal. Tschüss.